last thing I'll say in this question is this. I think this all comes together in a to what end question, right? What are you doing all this for? And I think the to what end part of this is we're enabling students for what I call living learning. Right? So for a long time in education, we've talked about this idea of lifelong learning. And I think lifelong learning was an incredibly useful phrase, but it's probably out of date. Lifelong learning makes you think about kind of a whole series of episodic learning experiences. You go through K-12, maybe you go to a community college, maybe then you go to a university, maybe you go to work, you come back, you do some other con ed work, whatever it is. I think those days are done. I think we're now moving into a world of living learning where the students we're going to be working with are going to be swimming and learning their whole life, and they're going to be interacting and learning experiences nonstop. And part of what we have to get them ready for, again, tomorrow ready learning, is that we have to get them ready for living learning, where they're going to be in a learning mode nonstop, which, by the way, the brain researchers will tell you is incredibly healthy for you. Like one of the best things, if you want to stave off dementia and you want to keep your neuroplasticity as its highest, keep your brain fresh, basically, you want to learn something new. They jokingly say you want to be a rookie every year, right? Which isn't hard, how often they change our iPhones. We're constantly learning something new every year. But the idea here is that we're readying these students to be able to learn this way and be able to access different kinds of resources. So if we do this right, part of why we want our students to experience online learning, well, part of why we want them to experience competency-based learning is because these are the learning infrastructures of the future. They're going to be going to places to learn. They're going to be going to buildings. They're going to be going to leveraging digital tools, mobile technology, and the rest. They're going to be using these tools that people are calling me on right now to be able to kind of drive these things together. I think what we've got to be thinking about is how those students, are they able to pull all that together and learn at the highest level, or are they hamstrung because they can't learn that way? They can't access resources that way, and they're afraid to go into an online learning environment. They're afraid to leverage a blended learning environment. They're not used to learning in a competency-based framework. So part of what we're trying to do is not just teach them content. Yeah, learning history is really important. Learning math is really important, but learning how to learn is really important. And that's where this living learning comes in, is we want them to master content, absolutely, but we want them to master the ability to learn and learn more quickly.